Okay, I'm on. Okay, I'm raising the flag. Oh my gosh, I did it. Oh, wait. What? Oh, man, it's going crazy. Oh, Ducks, come on. Come on, come closer. There you go. Oh, I don't know. I think we got to reboot. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're going to head over. Hi, Ducks. How are you?
Good, fantastic, Amy. I needed that exercise.
Yeah.
I need my cardio. This place is great. It's amazing, amazing.
Yes, I know, Humans of IT right here. Well, it's really great to see you. And you're a huge community advocate. You've been with Microsoft as a partner for a long time. You've got wonderful message and just a great attitude and everything. And I just want to soak that up. So we're here in the inclusivity area, Humans of IT. And I want to pivot that into how Microsoft has made a modern, inclusive office.
I'm so grateful that not only Microsoft is showing how they're promoting diversity inclusion in events like this, but they've also done it in technologies that they have. So for example, the way they build their products, Microsoft Teams, it's very inclusive in the modern workplace. Do you want to see how?
Yes.
All right.
I'd love to.
So, when we talk about diversity and inclusion, I want to make sure everybody watching understand what it means. When we talk about diversity, it's being invited to the party. But it doesn't mean if you get invited to the party, you're going to have fun, right? If we want to be inclusive, we have to ask people to dance. Invite them. I love to dance, but then sometimes if it's the first time in the party, I may be timid. And then the third step is we want to make sure people feel that they belong. They feel that they belong, people will take them as who they are, that they can dance like no one's watching. But they've done that for Microsoft Teams as well. So for example, the first way that Microsoft Teams is very inclusive in the modern workplace, Microsoft Teams allow you to work and communicate however you want to. You could do chats, you could do calls, you can collaborate on documents. So it's very empowering, right? So it provides that diversity of capabilities. Second, let's say you want to be inclusive. Microsoft Teams provides personal experiences with apps. So in Teams, there's App Store that people can go and get bots. So for example, let me show you an example.
I'd love it.
So I downloaded a bot here called Ava. It's free. They can download it on the store. Have you had situations where you deleted your email or files and you want it back?
Yeah, all the time.
So how do you get it back if it's not in the recycle bin?
Well, then I got to call IT.
Yeah, but what if we want to be inclusive and make sure that on Saturdays and IT's not available, what if they can use a bot and say, hey, can you restore a file for me? So if you look at this, it's going to ask you, what's a file name? Do you remember? Office 365, I'm looking for the name loan. It automatically gives it back to you and I can restore it.
Wow.
Talk about being inclusive. So these apps gives you the ability to have personal experiences.
Very such, yeah.
And then the third way, Microsoft Teams allows you to have an inclusive workplace. We can make it easy for people to do the right thing. We talk about belongingness, but you know what? HR, the way we work, is different than marketing. And I want to belong to HR, I want to belong to marketing. Microsoft Teams and the Microsoft stack has ways so that you can tailor the needs of different departments or business units. So for example, Department A can't share. Department B can share in these tools, or Department C, they can do self-service provisioning, right? And it's so powerful and so inclusive that I'm going to show you an example. Within Teams, there's another app called My Hub. You can download it and say, hey, I want to create a team because I'm working on a project. So let's say working on HR onboarding, and Microsoft Teams comes with the capability to do templates. So instead of building it from scratch, I belong to the HR team. I don't have to worry about, creating a team, creating a channel and tabs. It's all pre-built. So when I think about diversity and inclusion, Microsoft is not just paying a lip service. When I think about diversity and inclusion, from the platform, Microsoft Teams has diverse tool. You want to be inclusive, provide personal experiences through apps. And third, if you want to belong, make sure you make it easy for people to do the right thing that they're comfortable with.
Wow, Ducks, it's fabulous. It's great. I mean, I'm not surprised, right? It's been a whole conference has been about inclusivity and diversity and belonging, and we get more of each other and out of our products and services and what we're doing for our customers and our business units when we all bring everything you have to the table.
And
it's a wonderful, wonderful
and for
thing.
folks watching, I encourage you, in fact, I challenge you, right? We need to meet people where they are. And Microsoft is not just saying, hey, you have diversity inclusion programs. They live and breathe it with events, with the people, and with technologies they build. And that's something that gets me fired up and excited, and I hope it does for everybody too.
So, Dux, are there any other pieces and teams that you would highlight that are also for folks who may have hearing or visual impairments, or because the internet's the operating system, right, of the globe.
Sure.
So, boy, you have an opportunity to work from anywhere and have these tools. What else would you say is going on in Teams in that way?
The other part that's really impressed me with Microsoft Teams is mobility, right? So, for example, it's not just available in the Windows platform, it's cross-device, cross-platform. This week they announced Microsoft Teams is available in Linux. So when we think about inclusivity, it's not just in the Microsoft ecosystem, but I could be using Linux, Android, iPads, and we want to be inclusive to those different types of audiences and business units as well. You talked about accessibility. Microsoft has a whole accessibility team that looks at all their products, and it's continuous improvement and constant work in progress as they introduce new features. So for technologies that readers, for example, that would require special tools, Microsoft is building not only for Teams, but pretty much all their products to be available to those and accessible by those as well.
It's really empowering a whole new workplace. It really is. It's taking tools and giving those to folks and empowering an entirely new workplace. What is in the community here at large, and just everything that's been going on this week, give me some of the highlights that you've had.
So for me, one of the highlights, I think the best part of this week is really this Humans of IT community. Sunday, I had the opportunity to meet people, attend sessions on diversity, inclusion, Humans of IT track, and I learned a whole lot about neurodiversity and how we can help harness that superpower of our colleagues that may have those kinds of super abilities, things like ADHD, dyslexia, autism. And it's amazing if we meet people, what I would call in their onlyness, everybody has something to contribute. We just have to be curious and open and look at the world from other lenses. Although my lens is kind of yellow.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to look at.
You're always known for your glasses, though,
But there's always something to learn. And the beauty of it is, we don't have to agree every single time. But with humility, we stand back and let others shine. Let others tell their story. And that's what I love about this ecosystem, coupled with these technology that can make it happen.
Absolutely. That's a wonderful message, Dux. And the speech that you gave, the presentation that you gave this week, was that on Sunday?
Yeah, so I did a session on Tuesday on how can we empower modern workplace with the generational diversity. Because today there's 5 generations of the modern workplace: traditionalists, boomers, Gen Xers, millennials, and Gen Zers. And millennials constitute the most number of people in the modern workplace today. So folks watching, if you get the chance, just go to the Ignite website and check that session out. We had a great attendance and a lot of folks. I've learned so much from people. So check that out, and we provided very practical tips on how you can really be inclusive in your generationally diverse modern workplace.
So when you say that about generational, Dux, I think you bring up a really good point that not all of us know where to start. So where do we start in embracing the diversity and inclusion? How can I bring myself to that, and where do I start?
I would say I would start with one thing, right? I would say, sure, different generations have different motivations, different understanding, but what's fascinating is we have more things in common than we have more in different. The challenge is we focus on what's different. Oh, the millennials are entitled. Oh, the Gen Xers, they don't want to do Teams, they just use email. And there's reasons for that, right? And it's not right or wrong, but we have to talk about our commonality. Amy has something to contribute, I have something to contribute, and let's start with that common ground.
That's a wonderful message, and it's also drives home being solutions driven, being action driven, and all of that makes it just makes a wonderful place to work, a wonderful place to be. So, Dux, what has been your favorite thing so far on the conference? What have you enjoyed? One thing.
One thing, people. That's it. So I would love if you're watching, connect with me on LinkedIn, follow me on Twitter @MeetDux. Thank you so much.
Okay, everybody, thank you. Back to the live desk.